Okay, so getting off of the RWBY kick I've been on for a while, today I'd like to talk about the Pixar movie Inside Out. Now, I would just like to preface this video with this. I actually really like the movie Inside Out. It isn't my favorite Pixar movie, but it is a heartwarming tale about the mind of an 11-year-old girl that is still somehow relatable to a wide range of ages. But every movie has its flaws, and there are enough of them in Inside Out that I just had to make a video on it. So, Disney and Pixar, and just about any other movie-making company, before you release a movie, have me watch it so I can tell you what about it sucks. Okay, so now, the trashing. Number 1, the memory orbs. Now, I have two problems with them. First off is the fact that all the memories are in third-person point of view! That is not how memories work. If I am remembering something, I am remembering it from how I experienced it, not how someone else watched me. Yet every single one of her memories, except for the very first one, is from a third-person point of view. And I get it. There are certain scenes in the movie that make more sense if we can see Riley doing the action instead of seeing it through her eyes. But if you are going to make an entire movie revolving around a possible way memory works, you should at least get right the one fact everyone actually agrees on. Memories are from a first-person point of view. Okay, most memories are from a first-person point of view. I can accept if Riley had some third-person point of view memories, even kind of a lot of third-person point of view. But all third-person point of view? The brain doesn't work like that. The other problem I have is how the orbs actually work. We know that the orbs hold a certain memory. One memory. And up until the end of the movie, only one emotion associated with that memory. But there are a lot of things that aren't made clear about how the orbs work. Like, how long is a memory? Throughout the movie, we see several seconds go by before a new memory is created. But when Riley moves into her new house, and all the emotions are clamoring for control, we see several memories created all at once. So why aren't all of these memories just one with several emotions associated with them? What determines the length of a memory? My other question is, if you scrolled enough on one orb, would you be able to see Riley's life from the very beginning? When Joy was in the memory dump, she cried on a memory. And when she went to wipe it off, she ended up backing the memory up a lot, to the point where even though it was originally happy, it then turned sad. And since up to this point, a new emotion always meant a new memory, it would appear Joy scrolled all the way into a new memory than the one the orb was supposed to hold. So does that mean every orb could theoretically show every aspect of Riley's life? Or does it have a cutoff? Like, you can't view anything 20 minutes outside the memory of this orb. How the orbs work is so unclear. Number 2, Bing Bong. Okay, so Bing Bong was a very lovable character, and if you didn't get all of the feels when he vanished in the memory dump, then you are a heartless person. But I have some questions. First is the fact that when Joy meets him in long-term memory, they act like they've never met each other before, but Bing Bong is Riley's invisible friend, so surely he's been in headquarters to, play with her. I mean, the fact that he exists inside her head proves that he's more than just a bunch of collection of bright ideas, so he would have had to have had some interaction with the emotions when she was little. And since he is a part of her imagination, why doesn't he have his own section in Imagination Land? And what would have happened to him if he hadn't fallen in the memory dump and instead the mind workers had erased all her memories of playing with them? Would they have then forced him into the memory dump? And why is Riley forgetting him? I mean, I still remember my invisible friend. It was a male rat. Okay, I had issues, but so does Riley. I mean, Bing Bong is a hobo. And don't tell me it's because he's been bumming in long-term memory for so long, because he looked like that when Riley played with him. But why? Mr. and Ms. Anderson, you have some explaining to do. Number 3, plot.
Wait, did you just send that memory straight up to headquarters?
Yeah.
Could you do it again?
I don't see why not.
A core memory!
Quick, grab it! Woohoo!
do I really need to say more? Number 4, Joy herself. Okay, so you're telling me that you've lived with someone for 11 years, and out of all the time something has happened that sadness has taken over, you haven't managed to figure out what she's good for? Really? Really? How utterly clueless are you? I don't want to make a clueless reference there.
So adorably clueless.
Number 5, the train of thought. Okay, so we get that the islands of personality were the fastest way back to headquarters, but it doesn't look like there's actually any way to get to the top. But besides that, this is really freaking dangerous! And you know that the train of thought goes to headquarters because...
Train of thought, right on schedule.
So why not just take the train of thought to begin with? Why does Bing Bong have to tell you this? Also, how can the train of thought crash? If you are thinking at all, you have a train of thought. So does that mean that when the train crashes, Riley just stops thinking until it somehow is repaired? And if the tracks appear as the train goes along, why couldn't they just reappear when the island starts crashing into the tracks? All I'm saying is that this scene just seems like a lot of plot convenience. Okay, so that's all the big stuff that I found about everything wrong with Inside Out. I'm sure there's some other smaller things, but they weren't really worth mentioning. Despite the fact that I've been basically just tearing down this movie, I actually really, really like it. And it also has a pretty major role in the Pixar theory. But that's all for now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I am the Gravity Falls Gossiper, signing off.
Toby determined, Gravity Falls Gossiper. Do you really think this constitutes a wonder of the world?
Your microphone's a turkey baster, Toby.
Okay, so I'm recording this on December 28th, so if this doesn't get posted on the 1st, it's because I procrastinated a really long time and didn't have enough time to edit it, so yeah, that's why.